Okay, so welcome back. Hey, so I finished July off. Like I said, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna complete each month and then do a recap on exactly what happened. So, had some pretty good battles. Ended up taking Bordeaux, lost half of that, but I mentioned that in the last one. So, my whole goal was to actually get into the seventh and kind of clear it out. Mainly, what I want to do is I want to get some of the ports because that's an 8 supply port. This one is a 12, so I want to get these cleared out. I did run into a little trouble with these nice little stacks of armors here, the SS units. I've lost a few units. I lost Patton and I lost 6-4 infantry that somehow got separated. I don't know what happened. Um, so kind of have that. I'm trying to make it up here. See, I've got the Brits involved finally. I brought them in on one of the turns. I'm trying to build those guys up. Um, this one right here, I may hold off. This is only a 3. Um, I'm gonna have to attack it soon. But I had one of these stacks was right here, and I was able to attack it and get it to go back to retreat. I think I did an E2 on that one, so I had to take a couple step loss. They had to take a step loss and go from there. So that's one of those things that had happened. So um, I've got a lot of German units either upgrading um, or coming in. September looks like a big, huge month for Germans, for the German. They have, and I'll show you here in a minute. They have a lot, but August definitely. I don't. I've got a few. I've got a few reinforcements for the allies, but most of the allies I've still got a ton of units on that. I'm gonna be able to start taking, doing another invasion here, which I don't know if I will. Mainly because if I can take out some of these ports up here, I'm not really going to need to do an invasion. I'm not too worried about here in the south. I mean, there is Marseille down here in the Mediterranean does have as a 12, but I can get a lot of units up here. And my main goal, which I will once I get to that point, I probably will record because it's one of the main goals, is to take out Paris here. Or Paris is right here. As the Germans, I'm starting to build up for knowing that that's where the Allies are going to be headed. Starting to build up a kind of a defensive front here. Still can't pull any units out of here. Can't pull any units out of here yet. They're still all frozen. The main reason is I haven't crossed this line here. So once I cross that line, if I cross it here, that group becomes released. So kind of not much has happened. I'm still working on getting the seventh freed. Um, it's been kind of give and take. I am having this. I've done 2 battles with these guys here, and I think maybe done one step loss. Yeah, I did a one step loss. I lost the Germans lost one, so this is holding up really good. This is one of these 8-0 units, you know. So what I've got going on here, and then what's going on here is almost the same. So um, being the Germans, they might even get a little bit more reinforcements up here. So I haven't run into any mountains or anything like that, so I haven't had too much issues with that. That's another reason why I'm not too big about going down. Excuse me, down south, down to Italy. I just don't see it as an advantage right now. The goal is to get Paris. Again, the goal is to get Paris right here, and to get Brussels, which I don't even have. Oh, it's over here. Let's see. To get Brussels. right here. I've got to get those two. As the LA player, I have to get those two. Those are the first and foremost part about that. Then I can do. Then I kind of have some choices to make. I can take a number of the cities or 4 of the 5 major cities with the stars over here in Germany. Starting all the way up here with Bremen, Hanover, Frankfurt, which is down here. There's another Nuremberg, which is just off the camera, as well as München, which of course is Munich. So, but first and foremost, Paris is key. I'd have to say I'm almost a third of the way through. I've got to get some more units going. That's where that might be the only issue. Might be something that I work on with doing another invasion into the 19th or the Italian area, the Mediterranean. Is that there's one. I think there's 2 ports here. Yeah, there's 2 ports here. That work. So there's 2 ports that, there's a Marseille's got 12, so I could get 12 more units in. Right now I'm still running at full capacity. Although I did lose one, so I actually do have one. Because as you lose the units, the supply capacity goes back up. So, haven't really had too much issues with supply right now. German's getting a little iffy in here. These 2 units right here are technically out of supply, but that didn't happen until after during the German phase. So I will have to buy the end of the Allied phase. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I've got to get them valid. I've got to get them in supply. The issue is that the headquarters can only move on the second impulse. They have their full movement turn, but it's not like they can move 2. My goal is to get into that port and see if I can get some units, get at least some of the units into the city. Mainly because it would be sacrificing Montgomery if I go 1, 2, 3. No, I can't. I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be close enough to cover that. But as you can see, I've got I don't have any units to back them up with. So I might have to do some other attacking going on. Which I do have some units that I can attack with. This is a stack of very high. So we got 6, 5, 8, 7, and 8, 7. This is a powerful stack right here. This is an absolutely powerful stack. And I running into that one. It's gonna be issues with that. So just the way it goes. But we'll see what I can do if I can get some of those in. I might be able to move. Well, if I can get these in. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it's not enough because those are 3s, and allies. Those are 3. Those are. I just got to get in there. But I'm still out of so we'll see what happens. I may do an update after the next turn or remind myself of what happens. So basically, let me kind of show you what we've got here. So turn track here, all the numbers are the different not replacements, the different reinforcements that I can do. And I was telling you about turn 6 here for the Germans. You're looking at that top row there, this row right here, It's 6. That's 6. So this is 7. So when you're looking here, you're looking 7. September again. September is big. Um, I'm afraid by that time Paris might have fallen. But what I might be able to do as the Germans is to set up basically a don't lose the game scenario. Really trying to either doing a counterattack or setting up a very, very strong defensive line using, and you'll be able to see here. So this is the German border right here. This brown, the brown line right in here. That's the German border. If you look, fortress, 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 fortresses all the way through here. Fortresses for anything that's not armored are doubled. So if these units would be attacked, so you get a 4-3, and I think it's another 4-3, so you got 8. So that's a 16 combat factor. Just by there. So, although most of them are 2s and 6s and 3s and 4s, it's still, I could throw another 4-4 in there, have it as a 12, and then it's a 24 combat factor. Really trying to it's kind of like protect the fatherland, as the Germans would recall. The Russians call it the motherland. The Germans are really one of the only cultures that I know of that call their home country the fatherland, not really the motherland. So we're gonna be working on that over the next day or so. So we'll see where this takes us. That I've really got to figure out how to get clear and get some get some headquarters going, because I'm in severe possibility of losing if I can't battle and get that port, which I think is it Brest or is it Cherbourg? If I can get Cherbourg, I'll be okay. But well, that remains to be seen as of right now. So, well, I'll let you know what's going on. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.